How do you know your body is running low on iron? How do you know when your blood level is going down? Is it when you faint or when you start seeing your ancestors? No, you should be aware of the basic signs showing that your iron level is going down, and that will allow you to act fast. Most times, people realize it when they maybe go for routine medical checkup and they tell them their iron level is down. But if you're the type that you never go for any medical checkup, nothing takes you to the hospital for anything, you won't. How do you know that? Oh, this might be happening to me. What signs should you look out for? So I'm here to tell you the 5 signs of low iron level you should never ignore. The first one is extreme tiredness. You wake up in the morning, you feel like, oh, you've been working all night. You feel tired, drained when you wake up in the morning. You don't feel like going to work. You don't feel like talking to anybody. You just want to lie down back like, today I don't feel like doing anything. Yeah, you feel that way. You're at work. I mean, there's no energy. You're a very energetic person, but all of a sudden, you just feel drained. You just feel extremely tired. You feel dizzy. You look out. It's as if the world is turning. It's as if you're in the space. It doesn't happen before. I mean, it's not that you're overworking yourself. I know things are tough. You're trying to meet up. Everything is happening at the same time. Your brain is overworking itself, but you should be able to differentiate when you are stressed and when you are low on iron. So the tiredness that comes with low iron level is more like an extreme tiredness, like fatigue. You see yourself burnt down, like you feel drained. Yeah, so it's not your village people trying to take away your energy. It simply means your iron level is low. Number 2 sign you should look out for is ulcers by the size of your lips. You see your lips cracking, you're thinking, oh, have I kissed the wrong person? What has happened to me? Am I reacting to any food? What could that be? Do I have any disease? No, it might not be any of those. It could be mere sign of low iron levels in your body. The ferrous in your body, the red blood cells are not being produced as quick as they should. You are running low. And what that means is that the level of blood in your body is going down and is no longer sufficient to carry out all the functions it normally does. So different things will be popping up to alert you. But if you don't have an idea, how will you know? You can only blame village people for what they absolutely know nothing about. Third sign you should look out for is spoon-shaped nails. So your nails, instead of being, you know how your normal nails are, you see them turning into a spoon shape, something like this. And you'll be like, oh, am I adapting to my new environment? What's happening to me? Well, it's not magic. It only shows that it could be that your iron level is low. There are other things that could cause that, but first of all, think of low iron level. The fourth one is dry skin, rough skin. You see your hair very dry. Your hair that used to be very sleeky is becoming so dry. You can't even handle it. It's becoming extremely unmanageable. Like, you know what I mean when I say dry skin and dry hair. So everywhere is rough. No matter the amount of moisturizer you use, when you come out, you still feel like you've been in the desert since without having any shower. Like your body is extremely terrible, and you'd be like, what's happening? Could it be change of cream or not? Well, that could contribute, but you should get your iron levels checked as soon as possible. Also, when you're having dry lips more than usual, at times if you're having dry lips, it could be maybe you are dehydrated. Yeah, that could be it, but that of iron level is very obvious, because even if you drink 1 liter of water every 2 hours, you see that your lips is still dry, your skin still feels rough, your hair is it's like a sponge. It's nothing to write home about. You should get your iron level checked. Another sign of low iron level is palpitation. Palpitation is when your heart rate beats faster than normal. Like you can literally feel your heart pounding. So that could be a sign of low iron level, meaning that the blood supply is no longer it's no longer sufficient. It's not enough. The RBCs are not being produced. Things are not, I mean, the blood, things making up the blood is lacking in one way or the other, and you are running low. Yeah, so you should get your iron level checked. And the last but not the least is hair loss. You comb your hair, there's a reasonable amount on your hand on the comb, which doesn't happen before. You are not on any medication, you are not on any chemotherapy, nothing to show that, I mean, nothing that you are on shows that you should be having hair loss, and all of a sudden your hair is falling apart. Each time you comb it, you have a handful of your hair on the floor. You should get your iron levels checked. So, because this is very important for your general well being, I mean, iron level is more like what makes up your blood. So, it's more like blood production. So, if your iron level is low, you won't be able to do a lot of things. When your blood level is low, you won't be able to do a whole lot of things you should be doing as a normal individual. So, if you have any of all the signs I've mentioned above, it's time to go get yourself checked in the hospital. Go run some tests, including full blood count. That will show the level of blood left in your body, if it's low or if it's normal. If it's low, then depending on how low it is, if it's mild, you can go with diet that are very rich in iron. Like red meat is very common, is very rich in iron. Nuts, all these granules, cashew nuts, very, very rich in iron. It's a very common it's a very common food you can get anywhere, so you won't have any excuse why you're not eating them. If you've not been eating them before, except you have allergies, then there are other sources of iron you can lay your hands on. That green leafy vegetable, I mean, I cannot overemphasize that, because you know that the first advice you're giving on what to eat in terms of healthy diet is green leafy vegetable. But that is very high in iron, and that's your first step. If you've not, I don't think anybody is allergic to any vegetable. Well, if you are, there are also other alternatives, but that should be the first, your first step to managing your low iron levels. Something like spinach, I mean, green leafy vegetable in general is fine, absolutely fine. Liver and kidney is also good, except you're pregnant, because they are very high. Apart from iron, they're also high in vitamin A, and it's not pregnant ladies are not encouraged to take vitamin A. So apart from that, they are also rich in iron. Any individual should be able, that is lacking iron, can take that to boost their iron level. So if is very low and you require medication in addition to the diet, then you can consider something like ferrous sulfate. There are different salts of ferrous. So ferrous sulfate, ferrous gluconate, ferrous fumarate. Go into any pharmacy, it's something you can buy over the counter. Then you'll be told how to take it depending on how low your iron level is. Then you can take that daily. It works better when you take it with vitamin C. So you can get something like orange that is very high in vitamin C, or even get the normal vitamin C supplements. Take them together. It helps in a fast absorption of the iron. So I hope you got something valuable from this content, and I'm sure you did. And I know you'll be subscribing for more content like this, because things, if you don't go to the hospital or come to the pharmacy, most times you won't get this information. But as a pharmacist, I'm here to give it to you free of charge without you visiting my pharmacy. I hope to see you again in my next video. Thank you. Bye.